Good evening. Thank you for joining us. First on News 2 at 6 o'clock, a dubious record shattered in Baton Rouge.
The city has seen 34 homicides in just the first 3 months of this year, shattering the record of 27 homicides in the first quarter of 2021. Best Casualty of the investigative unit here with a deep dive into the numbers and what they mean.
Well, Michael, Sylvia, if things continue at this pace, we're well on our way to break the homicide record. But city officials say they are trying everything they can to prevent that. According to BRPD's database, the first 3 months of 2024 have been the deadliest in Baton Rouge in 25 years. 32 homicides since January 1st surpasses the first quarter of 2021, otherwise known as the year with the most homicides on record. This time last year, that number was less than half of what it is now. And since midnight,
and let me just say this: I ain't gonna be pausing it too much. 34 people have died in 2024 just in the past 3-4 months in Baton Rouge, and majority of these people that died is from these gangs. Appreciate it. He said, bro, keep doing you. You always show love to other channels. I appreciate it, homie. You already know it. 34 people have died since January 1st. And majority of the people that died is from these gangs right here.
At the end of the first quarter, there have already been 2 additional homicides. City leaders acutely aware of the problem, giving a press conference about it just last week.
I want the public to know that what we've been experiencing in regards to shootings in our city have mostly been very personal, highly targeted incidents.
Mayor President Sharon Weston Broome in lockstep with Chief Morse.
Judges have to hold individuals accountable.
Attributing the issue to a nationwide increase in gun violence.
And let's not forget, we've been here before. And just as we have done before, we will drive down the crime statistics once again.
The response, approving $35,000 a week in overtime for officers to do proactive patrols, going to neighborhoods that are experiencing high levels of gun violence, hoping to prevent shootings before they happen.
We deploy people or resources over to that area, and then their presence and or enforcement action actually quietens that area down.
We went to one of those areas Monday. The North Sherwood Forest area has had 5 fatal shootings in as many weeks, the most recent on Easter Sunday morning. We did see at least 2 BRPD units patrolling.
Use your hands. Use your fists.
This 18-year-old, who only wanted to be known as Dante,
Like, if you don't like me, you still go see me, so.
has lived in Baton Rouge his whole life. Currently, he lives in this area. He says he's become accustomed to the violence.
It's Baton Rouge, like, man, it's the usual. You know, like, ain't nothing really, I was born, and that's, you know, it's the same, it's constant, it ain't really nothing different. It's not.
Parents, did you know that a last will and testament does not avoid
Really something you should be afraid of. It's something you need to be prepared for, because if you was born and raised in Baton Rouge, you gonna go through that.
Family. Baton Rouge ain't never been a stranger to violence. Don't ever get that twisted.
Appreciate it.
It's the hood. And wherever the hood is, across the world, expect there to be violence. A lot of it. Black on black and everything else in between. But see, a lot of this violence stems from places that the youth don't even really know. Most of the time, it started way back in the 70s and 80s. Somebody messed with somebody else's broad, or a nigga y'all don't know was hustling on your block. So y'all decided to get at him. He decided to come back. It turned violent. You feel me? Little shit like that. That stems generational beef, and it gets passed down through the youth. You feel me? To the youth, through the youth, to the next generation. And it just keeps on going. Even when we're talking about the situations in this era, they typically start behind a broad. Ego, pride, money, something like that. Little shit. Little shit that you can always get back in the grand scheme of things, but when you adolescent minded, you don't think like that. You think like, I ain't finna let no nigga disrespect me. Because if I allow this dude to disrespect me, then everybody gonna think they can do it. When in reality, it don't even be that way. It just be our ego, that pride, completely taking control. And that is the biggest killer of men. Truly. It will destroy any man, the strongest, toughest.
And that's real, man. It's the pride. I feel like the internet is the reason why a lot of people is dead right now. Because of the internet. Because back then, before the internet was popular, when you say something about somebody, you say it around them and around whoever there at that point. So it'd be 5, 6, 10 people. Then they might tell somebody it still wasn't reaching a big crowd. So yeah, people might respond, but it wasn't a need to respond sometime like it. Sometimes motherfuckers say something about you, man. Hey man, shit, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? But now they saying it in front of millions of people because it's on the internet and it's making you look away. So these guys feel like they have to prove that they bought what they talking about because now it's a million people that don't even know them instigating the situation. The internet, like just imagine how many people done diss somebody on the internet and they done got killed right after. The only reason why they got killed because you made that person look small, made them look like a pussy. So they had to do something. And then they go to jail. Then they homies get killed because now you done killed their homie in this. Man, they run people off. Like the internet is it's a gift and a curse because when it comes to the business, it's a gift. When it comes to receiving information, recovering information, it's a gift. When it comes to livelihood, it's a curse. Think about how many people have lost their life for saying something to somebody on the internet. It's crazy. And then think about it now. When you fight, say can't control their feelings, but try to talk about a woman, right? And think about when you fight now. When you fight somebody, everybody pull out their phones and put it on their page. So nobody want to fight because who want to get their ass kicked and then it's put all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So these boys don't want to fight now because they don't want to be embarrassed in front of the world. That's why I say internet is a gift and a curse. So yeah, when nigga get beat up, they shoot the crowd up.
Hardest nigga. Pride will destroy you. But Baton Rouge has hit a new all-time low. I'm gonna call it a high because it's not a high. It's a low. As y'all heard from the beginning, the homicide rate is
Hit that
through
like button.
the roof. And this reminds me of something that happened in California about 7 years ago. Was it 7? Don't really matter. It's called 100 Days and 100 Nights. 100 Days and 100 Nights is just straight pure violence. And I'm gonna show y'all why. This shit that Baton Rouge is going through right now is Chicago-esque. And in this current moment in time, Baton Rouge is the most dangerous city in the world. It is the most dangerous place to live. And I'm gonna show y'all why. Open your ears and pay attention, family. Like I said, Baton Rouge is going through their equivalent of the 100 Days and 100 Nights of violence. Homicide violence, though, not just any type of violence. And this thing started with a lot of different situations that was going on, but most notably, Evil Side Kitty, and of course, Harley Quinn. Those are the two biggest situations in 2024 that really kind of ignited everything. But this has been brewing for a while. We've been seeing them back to back to back to back on every side. But it's starting to heat up. But this has been brewing for a while. We've been seeing them back to back to back. Evil Side Kitty, and of course, Harley Quinn. Those are the two.
This Harley Quinn dude, I've been seeing him on interviews, and he just recently did an interview before he got killed. And when I heard he died, I'm like, damn, because he came up around some of the greats like Kevin Gates and Boosie, and like this guy had stories about all these people in Louisiana, Baton Rouge. Like he was around a lot of people for him to be that young. So when I heard he died, I'm like, that's fucked up, because he was getting booked. When I'm talking about interviews, like he was getting booked for real. And damn, that was like a Vlad Boosie situation with him and I forgot whoever he was doing the interview by, but this dude he was bridging that gap with a lot of shit. The Nussy, the beef that happened in 2000s, like he knew everything. Like he was bridging that gap with information where, man, what happened to this person? What happened? Why this start? Like he was the go-to, like he was letting, yeah, that it fucked me up. Like, and he seemed like he had got out of the streets. Right.
Biggest situations of 2024 that really kind of ignited everything. But this has been brewing for a while. We've been seeing them back to back to back to back on every side. But it's starting to heat up and expand out to anybody who can get it. If you outside, you better watch your top, because somebody trying to take it off just for a trophy. Everybody's a trophy. But then you get the situation where somebody vandalized G Money's gravesite. And I promise you, that set things on fire. Everybody from every side, every camp, 4K Trey, TBG, Bleeders, Vultures, Boosie, don't matter where you from, every hood was crying. These situations been going.
Y'all remember that? He said that when G Money gravesite just recently got vandalized, every hood that beef with TBG start crying, meaning they was getting whacked. Now, this went viral. TBG gravesite, G Money gravesite getting vandalized. And Fredo Bang did an interview with Say Cheese. And they Say Cheese asked Fredo Bang, what you did when you heard? He said, man, I was asleep. They told me about it. I just hung up and went back to sleep. But Fredo Bang came on Instagram and said, I bet none of y'all won't admit y'all did it. They say when that happened, every hood that ever thought about beefing with TBG started losing people that day. That day. Now he just said it, not me. I'm just saying. And see, that's why I don't be really want to cover it, because it's like with they beef, it's like everybody know with they beef. Like when you cover other people, like you, it's like people that like we don't know these people. Like when it comes to Chicago, like we know the big names, but we don't know the legits that's out here popping motherfuckers. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? With this Baton Rouge shit, you got niggas with names that's allegedly out here doing shit. So it'd be hard for me to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's obvious who did what. Like, it's obvious. Like, it's obvious. So that's why I stay away, unless, you know what I'm saying? Now, if a person died, I'd be like, yeah, this person died or whatever. But I can't, you know what I'm saying, like go into detail because it's obvious. It's obvious. But he said it. Soon as TBG gravesite, G Money gravesite got vandalized, every other side, bodies went to dropping.
Going on for some time though. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown up until the bloodiest day of them all.
More information about the victim who was killed in a domestic shooting early Wednesday morning. We first broke that story to you about 24 hours ago now. BRPD says 29-year-old Destiny Buckley died at the scene. 2 other people were taken to the hospital. Police did not say what led up to the shooting, but they did confirm it was a domestic incident. If you have any information on either of these cases, go ahead and call Crime Stoppers at 344-STOP.
On the first day of March, a teen was shot in the lower torso and also in the hand. Luckily, the young man's injuries were not fatal, but he still had to receive medical attention, and this was the very first shooting to kick off the month. On the second day of the month, March 2nd, a young man was killed at Eric's grocery store on North Street around 4:52 p.m. Friday afternoon. On March 4th, around 1 in the morning, in the 2200 block of Scenic Gardens, 3 people were.
Makes me say, yeah. Trap Lord Ross most definitely in the lab. He's going to put out a mini series this time. Yeah, this shit crazy.
Were shot.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like.
2 of which were juveniles. They had non-life-threatening injuries, but unfortunately for Kevon London, 18 years old, his life would be taken and cut short on March 7, approximately right before 8 p.m. in the Sherwood Acres apartments off of Kersey Boulevard. A BRPD sheriff would be flagged down and notified that a man was found dead from a gunshot wound. This man would later be identified as the homeboy and friend of Boosie, as Boosie took to his Instagram and said TIP Sneed with the prayer hands and track life forever on March.
Now, I did a video on that one. I ain't, going into detail. I just, Boosie homie got killed. When it came out that he was killed, this guy was killed, they painted the narrative that this guy was a person that break in your house and rob you and shit like that. Now, I don't know if that was the situation. I don't know. But they letting it be known he wasn't no saint. But just imagine from the first, the second, the fourth, the seventh, motherfuckers is done. He say, what TIP mean? Y'all in the chat, y'all tell them what TIP mean when somebody die.
March 12th, around 9:15 a.m., a man would be shot at Brightside Manor on Brightside Drive near Nicholson Drive. Now, the man's name was never made public, but it seemed as though he might have survived from his gunshot wounds. Another situation would happen near Nicholson Drive when Jeffrey Dotreve, 22, was killed at approximately 3:07 p.m. The shooting happened at Save More Market parking lot at 2956 Nicholson Drive, according to PD. Dotreve was transported to a local hospital where he would succumb to his injuries, police said. Now, when it comes to Jeffrey, he would later be identified as a friend and affiliate of the BBGs, as BBGD decided to share a photo of Jeffrey and let it be known that he was one.
Now, remember what he said. When G Money grave got vandalized, everybody from every side that go against TBG, bodies was coming up. Even Boosie people. And Boosie was beefing with TBG long time ago. So nobody was off limits. If nobody ain't gonna claim it, then everybody gets it. That's why that boy Fredo Bain said, I bet you nobody won't claim it. Whoever did it, I bet you they won't say they did it. And guess what? You ain't hear nobody say they did it, did you? So since nobody don't want to say they did it, the whole city finna get swept.
Was one of his fallen homeboys. On March 18th, police identified a 61-year-old man killed on South 18th Street.
Details this morning actually from the Baton Rouge Police Department. They're identifying now 61-year-old Dwayne Fleming as the man shot to death yesterday afternoon. Emergency responders actually called out to South 18th Street right around 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon. Told Fleming died before they could actually get him to the hospital. Homicide detectives still working to figure out what led up to the shooting. In the meantime, Call Crime Stoppers if you think you have any details that can help them out. It's 344-STOP.
On March 26th, a situation would occur that would destroy the entire city of Baton Rouge and anyone else who heard it. This situation was truly ruthless and uncalled for, as a 1-year-old girl would be shot while being held by her father, whose life was taken. 23-year-old Jashawn Neal was shot and killed while holding his child by, get this, a 17-year-old male. That 17-year-old male would be later caught and held in the parish jail on.
Hold on. I see y'all. I see Miss Me said 61. And then V say, damn, nigga, they still thugging at 61. Now, I don't know if homie was still thugging at 61, but y'all got to understand what they doing it was allegedly, how they painting the picture. Since nobody claimed that they vandalized G Money gravesite, then anybody who ever beef with us, anybody we ever had issues with, somebody on that side got to die. Jamar said he was an innocent bystander. Okay, there you go. He said he from BR. Okay. So what they doing is they ain't got to hit a member. Remember, they just got to hit on that side. He was an innocent bystander. Yeah. Now that would have been fucked up if homie would have, rest in peace to him, but that would have been crazy. If he was 61 still in the streets, that would have been crazy. It's something out there though. When I tell y'all LA, when they bang for life. It's some old gangsters that's out there in LA that's crip walking with a cane right now.
First-degree murder, of course. But this man was shot while outside holding his 1-year-old daughter.
And that's crazy too. This dude got shot and killed while he was holding his 1-year-old daughter. And his 1-year-old got shot also. They didn't even care about the baby. They shot him and the 1-year-old baby.
What is this world coming?
And my bad for keep stopping. But I want to say this. When y'all out here in these streets, you got to realize that once you in these streets, you can no longer live a regular life. You can no longer, ain't no taking your kids to the park. Ain't no being outside in the front yard on the porch with the kids or family members. Ain't no riding in cars with family members. Ain't no going to your kids' school. It's dead. It's over with. And y'all keep putting y'all kids and family members in harm's way because y'all still trying to live a regular life when your life has been taken away from you because you're a gang member now. Like it was a dude from New York. He say he went to his son graduate. No, he got shot. One of them got shot at his son graduation, after the graduation. And then another one, his girl was telling him to take his son to get a haircut. And he was telling his girl, nah, you take him to get a haircut. You know I got, you know what I'm saying, enemies. She like, nah, nigga, you the daddy. That's your job. I'm not sitting in front of at no motherfucking barbershop with no men. You take your son to get a haircut. He took his son to get a haircut. As he coming out the barbershop holding his son's hand, he was shot 15 times. Holding his son's hand. While he shot 15 times, he grabbed his son, throw his son in the car, jump in the car, and drive off. Like, y'all got to understand, like, it's no more regular life. When, and Miss Me from New York, she say true story. You got to understand, when you say you in this shit, it's over. You can't walk with your kid to the store because they might see you and shoot at you and your kid. You see your boy THF, what's the dude that just got killed in Chicago? Walking with his kids from school. They killed him right in front of the kids. Like, so y'all stop putting y'all family in harm's way, man. It's over. Ain't no more. So like you said earlier, when life be lifing, shit, we never know what's going to come next. Right. Y'all niggas that's in the street, y'all got to think about y'all family. Ain't no more family functions in public. That's dead. You'll see them when they get back home. Tell them to bring you a plate. Unless you want the family function shot up. Because once one of the op find out you over there, it's a wrap. Like, stop being selfish. Like, I seen one dude say he say when he go want to spend time with his kid, he got to drive out the city just to take his kid to McDonald's or Chuck E. Cheese. Or that's what you got to do because that's what you signed up for. Like the nigga in Chicago, he took his daughter to McDonald's, and what happened? They shot the car up and killed his daughter. You don't have no regular life no more when you in the gang and you banging. So stop putting y'all family through this bullshit, man. Ain't no more riding in the car with your family. Like was it G Herbo? Yeah, G Herbo. G Herbo say it was a point in time where he wouldn't even ride with his girl. His girl couldn't even ride in the car with him. And not G Herbo, Young and Ace. Say Chloe couldn't even ride in the car with him at one point in time. Carell, what he do? Carell say big facts. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Carell too, man. Carell from New Orleans. Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge. Which one where you from, Carell? New Orleans? What city? I don't want to say the wrong thing. But Carell know all these motherfuckers, man. But when you in that life, it's over with. You say New Orleans, Knife or Desire Project. Like, come on, man. Stop putting y'all family in these situations. There's no way that man supposed to be out there with his daughter. And you know the beef is on. You chill with your daughter in the house or you go out the city. That's what you signed up for.
To family. That's not even a quarter of all of the shootings that have transpired in that time frame. But if we did them all, we would be here too long. Now, here's where we get into the deadliest, craziest portion of this entire ordeal. In one weekend, Baton Rouge was flipped on its head. On Friday, March 29th, a 20-year-old man was found dead with multiple gunshot wounds early that morning in a vehicle alongside Interstate 10 East in Prairieville. The Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office said state police found the victim, identified as Charcarius Hamilton Jr. of Ascension Parish, about 3:30 a.m. and notified the sheriff's office, which is investigating the case. No further details were immediately available. The man was found dead in a car. Later on that day, we get the news of Real Bleeder and Cold Bleeder being caught at a Walmart gas station at around 2 p.m., where both of them received multiple gunshot wounds and were rushed to the hospital. Neither one would succumb to their injuries. The injuries were non-life-threatening. Both seemed to be fine. As Cold Bleeder is back posting on Instagram, Real Bleeder has yet to come out and speak, but just due to the fact that in the videos we seen of the situation, Real Bleeder was the one up walking around talking, so he seemed to be okay on scene, and I'm sure he's still okay, just has not decided to pop back out on social media and give that confirmation as of yet. This one wasn't a situation where someone got shot. But it was crazy to me that this happened around the time frame where all of these homicides were consistently occurring. It wasn't a shooting homicide, but it was most certainly a death, as one person dies, another in critical condition, in an early morning St. Amant house fire, officials say. This was on March 30th. This was early in the morning, and it's just crazy how this occurred. We didn't get really very many details as far as what happened with this situation. So just included this one as a question mark. On Sunday,
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Appreciate it. We already at 100 likes. Let's keep going. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all.
March 30th, Baton Rouge Police Department identified a man who was killed on K Avenue. Edward Brooks, 35, was shot shortly before 11:20 a.m. Sunday in the 2400 block of K Avenue. Police said Brooks was taken to a hospital where he later died of his injuries.
Detectives are also investigating a separate shooting, leaving one person dead. This one happened around 11:15 Sunday morning in the Windsor Place subdivision on Kate Avenue, just off of Florida Boulevard. Officers tell us the victim is 35-year-old Edward Brooks. He was rushed from the scene to a local hospital where he eventually died. BRPD says there is no known motive or suspect linked to this shooting just yet. They're urging anyone with information about either of these shootings to call Crime Stoppers at 344-STOP.
Police are investigating the shooting death of a 26-year-old man, Timotheus Bowie Jr., which happened off a scenic highway just after midnight. The Baton Rouge Police Department was called to the 2300 block of the highway near Choctaw Drive and found Bowie. He had been taken to the hospital in a privately owned vehicle. He died from his injuries once there. There was no information on any possible suspects or motives. And this is actually Bop. Y'all know exactly who Bop is. For all the ones who've been on the platform for a while, we used to discuss him a lot. Thug Life 3 times. Fredo Bang partner. He is a TBG affiliate. He is locked in with them. And as y'all know, TBG, they react to all this. And I'm going to show y'all those reactions here in a second, man. We'll get into that in the next part. But I just want to say, I done had conversations with Bop. Bop cool. And for to see him go like this, man, this is just flat out fucked up. Let's just keep it G, man.
With details just into our newsroom about the last few hours, we have learned in that 26-year-old Timotheus Bowie Jr. was the person killed in a shooting on Scenic Highway. Officers responded just after midnight and learned that someone brought Bowie to the hospital and he later died from his injuries. Right now, there are no motives or potential suspects in this case.
In this next one, we get confirmation coming by way of BBGD. I searched all over for the news report and I could not find it. But BBGD did confirm that Jonah B, yes, Jonah B, the same one we've been talking about, Main Music's protege, BBGD's cousin, his close cousin, one that we talk about heavily here on the platform, Rock with PY, Rock with Rico Taliban, was with their sister. He has been shot and killed. Now, I don't know Jonah B's real name. I did at one point, can't remember it. But there was a...
And this one right here was crazy to me. This one right here, what made me actually react to this video. He said, I remember, dude, he got his lip popped off. Yeah, that's BBGD. BBGD is the one right here. He was, I think it was right before he got shot, his grandmama told him or something. I can't remember the story verbatim, but his grandmama told him no, he called his grandma and told him he was shot, or he told his grandma he was shot. He was just playing or something. And then he asked his grandma, told him, boy, stop playing like that before it happened. And not months, but hours later, he went outside and got shot, and one of the bullets knocked his lip off. He's with BBG. He's Youngboy homeboy. He have turned his life over to God. He be on TikTok preaching every night. He's one of them ones that went through some shit and it changed him for the better. And he the main reason why I reacted to this video, because when his little homie, when his cousin got killed, it's like he didn't say, oh, it's revenge. He stuck to what his mission is, and he's leaving it in God's hands. He actually started preaching. And was telling people like, this what happens when you don't get out the streets. So for him to be so young and to find God the way he found God, and for him, because he was one of them ones too. He just wasn't no P young. He was one of them. He was them young ones, the young reckless ones, like, and them be the ones that be really going crazy. He said we got to give him props for that, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And he a young one. So, them young ones catch to say facts. I up with him too, right? Salute to him for sure. Y'all, man, support whatever he got going on, man, because he one of them ones. Like, and I ain't saying he one of them ones like, oh, he just this serial kid, like gangster. Nah, but the young ones be more crazier because reality ain't hit them yet. So they'll do more dangerous shit than the older person, because the older person, we know, like, man, this bitch liable to get 100 years. They know, but they young. Like, we all been that way. You know what I'm saying? Send me his TikTok music, please. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I was young, I didn't realize the stuff that I realize now. Like, I always looked at it as my hood is my brothers. Anything somebody do to my brothers, like, it's up, like, without thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? You could die, go to jail. Like, that was never on my mind. So, you know what I'm saying? He's one of them young ones that turned around quick. And he be on TikTok preaching, man. And when this happened and he went live, he said, and most of them don't got nothing to live for. Facts. And that's what he said too. He said he ain't had nothing to live for. He said that's why it was so easy to do what he, you know what I'm saying, how he was rocking. He said, but he realized, like, this, he got to turn his life to God, and he did. And he said that's why he stopped rocking with Youngboy, because he said when he turned his life to God, all the homies and BBG and all that, they don't even really fuck with him like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he said that made him feel away. So when his cousin died and that nigga at the crime scene and he go live, and we probably on some shit like, bitch, it's up, it's revenge. That nigga went to preaching the word. And that showed me, like, this ain't no facade. This is for real what he's doing. Like, he ain't doing this shit for the internet. Like, homie really on his God shit. So salute to him, man. Because, it'd be hard to be a rapper and then be a gangster. And then when you switch to God, it's like your following don't follow you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it'd be hard to get that support. So, hey, man, y'all see his video come across y'all screen, whatever the case may be, man, hit that like button. Support what he got going on, man. Because he a young one. He ain't even of age yet. He a young one. And he see the light already. So I salute everything he doing.
Man who seemed like that could be Jonah B in this next situation. It's crazy that Jonah B literally just got out and is now no longer here. But Jonah B was shot and killed hours after Bop. Pay attention to the timeline. March 29th, and now we are all the way up until April 1st. These deaths are happening back to back to back every other hour. Now, family, here's where it gets sticky. What I was saying when I said I believe Jonah B might be in this situation because it happened hours after what happened with Bob. So it correlates. As we get news about the bug, the same one.
Remember when I was telling y'all, not next week, not next month, but the same day, retaliation. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, TBG lost one, hours later. Okay, y'all gonna lose one. They're gonna lose a couple more, but the same day. Ain't no tomorrow, next week. The same day, hours later, like 2-3 hours later. Like, same day. So TBG took one, BBG took one.
One who shot and killed True Bleeder and Clifton Lindsay. And y'all know that's alleged and according to law enforcement. But Demetri Grimm, 23.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firm?
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit that like button if you haven't yet.
Three was shot to death on the 68th Avenue of Cambridge Street just before 2 a.m. on April 1st, 2024. Grimm had been the focus of multiple WBRZ reports, starting with the arrest in 2022 of a double murder. On February 25th, 2022, 19-year-old Clifton Lindsay and 18-year-old Dante Dorsey were gunned down in a car at the corner of Blue Bonnet Boulevard and Picardy Avenue, just outside the Mall of Louisiana. Dorsey was a local rapper known as True Bleeder. BRPD said 2 other people were in the car. They were hit, but survived. Nearly 2 months later, BRPD arrested Grimm on 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts.
Carell say, who you think got the advantage in this war? Ain't gonna lie, that's a hard one. And Miss Me, she said who the name was the grave site vandalized. G Money. That's Fredo Bang homeboy. And before I get to Carell question, Fredo Bang, he don't take disrespect to G Money real light, because he feel like it's his fault that G Money died, because G Money got the deal and stayed in Baton Rouge when was waiting for Fredo Bang to get out of jail. And when Fredo Bang was finna get out of jail, they made him wait because they didn't want, they felt like it was a danger for his life for him to get out at that time. So they made him wait a couple more weeks. And then G Money was still in Baton Rouge, and then he got killed. If Fredo Bang would have got released the day he's supposed to got released, G Money would have never died that day. He would have been out of town. But he was just waiting for his friend, Fredo Bang. So Fredo Bang took it hard because he felt like it was his fault, because G was waiting on him to get out of jail before he leave the city. So he is the one got killed leaving the studio. He got killed at the studio. He walked outside to smoke a cigarette. And y'all know he died right after he dissed Youngboy. You know, a long time ago before the beef, he was dating Youngboy's sister. So he started talking crazy. He made a diss track to Youngboy called The Industry. And a couple weeks later, when the song hit 1 million views, he was dead. So then Youngboy came up with a song and said, you know what I'm saying, basically like the nigga died because the nigga mentioned my sister. And then that's when Youngboy went downhill mentally. He started saying that he gonna die soon, and he gonna remember, he came out and said he gonna die on Christmas and all this shit. And then Fredo Bang came out and said, nigga, you didn't even kill the nigga, and your conscience eating you up. But to answer Carell question, you say who got the advantage? That's a good one, because Fredo Bang, you know, he got money and Youngboy got money. And the most obvious reason, I say Youngboy got more money than Fredo Bang. So I think that Youngboy crew got the advantage, but you never know. You never know. So I don't know. Just off money, because we know money win wars. I say Youngboy got the advantage in the war because he got more money. But Youngboy is so distant from his soldiers that you never know. But I'm pretty sure it's a middleman in between. Like just common. I ain't saying it is. It's just common sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then Fredo Bang the same way. I know Fredo Bang ain't on no phone talking to no hood niggas, and you know what I'm saying, calling no shots. So But I just say just by money wise, I say that Youngboy got the advantage because he got more money. But you never know though.
Of attempted first degree.
So now this guy, as we getting, he was accused. Correct. So I must be on to something, huh? Correct, say strong. So you know what I'm saying? This guy, I guess he was accused of what? We're gonna run it back so I don't miss it. So the guy that just got killed, he was arrested for True Bleeder and somebody else getting shot. If I heard correct, let's go back a little bit.
And according to law enforcement. But Demetrius Grimm, 23, was shot to death on the 68th Avenue of Cambridge Street just before 2 a.m. on April 1st, 2024. Grimm had been the focus of multiple WBRZ reports, starting with the arrest in 2022 of a double murder. On February 25th, 2022, 19-year-old Clifton Lindsay and 18-year-old Dante Dorsey were gunned down in a car
True
at
Bleeder
the
is a
corner
bleeder.
of Blue Bonnet Boulevard and Picardy Avenue, just outside.
Say who is True Bleeder? Who crew? True Bleeder is from the Bleeders, like Cole Bleeder and the other dude that just got shot. Like they got Bleeder on their name, so he's a Bleeder. So Fredo Bang is cool with the Bleeders. NBA Youngboy is cool with the Vultures. Fredo Bang, which is TBG, and NBA Youngboy and BBG, they beefing. And the Vultures and the Bleeders beefing. So Fredo is cool with the Bleeders. Youngboy is cool with the Vultures.
At the Mall of Louisiana. Dorsey was a local rapper known as True Bleeder. BRPD said 2 other people were in the car. They were hit, but survived. Nearly 2 months later, BRPD arrested Grimm on 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, and illegal use of a weapon. Sources told WBRZ that Grimm was a member of the Bankstown Mafia. Police said at the time of his arrest, Grimm was in East Baton Rouge Parish Prison for unrelated charges. A grand jury examined the case and passed on indicting Grimm. He was released in August of 2022, but District Attorney Hillary Moore told WBRZ an office planned to review the case and possibly pursue charges again. After the shooting, BRPD said the double murder was likely retaliatory from different shootings, but did not disclose specifics. We know the situations that may have occurred most recently in the past, and that they may be retaliating against those other individuals.
So he was arrested for allegedly killing True Bleeder, like one of their big dogs, like like one of the biggest name of the Bleeders. But they didn't find enough evidence, so they let him go. But he actually was the main suspect of the killing True Bleeder. And I did a video on him. Like a lot of people was actually when he died, they thought his homeboy did it. Because they say he shot back. It was all like, you gotta go watch that video. But I at this time I still don't know. Like we don't know. Because they were saying that the homeboy got into a situation. 70-80 vibe. You say the Bleeders and the Vultures got a 70-80 vibe. So yeah, like you know what I'm saying? It was when True Bleeder got killed, when the news first popped, they was trying to say that the homeboys, it was a situation between him and his homeboy, and they shot each other. That's what they was trying to say. They shot and killed each other. So, you know what I'm saying? If I remember, I'm gonna go. Okay, salute, Renee. Thank you. Y'all send prayers to Renee Black, man. Keep her in y'all prayers. You know what I'm saying? She having a little situation with her eyes and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Salute to even pulling up, and supporting the channel. So y'all just remind me to pull up my video on True Bleeder when he was killed, because when he got killed, they was trying to say it was friendly fire type shit. So I don't know. So let's just see how this goes real quick.
Who were involved in a particular incident, Sergeant L. Gene McKinney said. That was the updated report I read y'all first that tied him into True Bleeder and Clifton Lindsay. But here's the original. 2 people were killed and another was hurt in a shooting early Monday morning. The Baton Rouge Police Department said 21-year-old Jonathan Williams and 23-year-old Demetrion Grimm were shot to death on the 68th Avenue near Cambridge Street just before 2 a.m. A 16-year-old female was shot and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. So 3 people were shot in this incident. An innocent bystander, the 16-year-old girl who survived, and the other 2 men, Jonathan, and of course, that man, Demetrion Grimm. I'm wondering who Jonathan Williams is, because that would be around the age that Jonah B would be. Jonah B would be somewhere around 21, 22, maybe 23. And the fact that the man's name is Jonathan, that's the only person I could find who lost their life in the last 24 hours that has a close name to Jonah B's. Now, I don't know if that's him specifically, but I mean, it makes sense. I can't even lie to y'all.
In the last hour, we've learned the identity of 2 people shot and killed on 68th Avenue this morning. According to police, 21-year-old Jonathan William and 23-year-old Demetrion Grimm were shot around 1:45 this morning. A 16-year-old girl was also shot, but she is going to recover from those injuries. Right now, Baton Rouge police have not announced any suspects in this one.
1 hour after that shooting, another shooting occurred. 2 people were taken to a local hospital in stable condition after a shooting in the 1800 block of 73rd Avenue. According to emergency medical service officials, they said a call came in around 3:45 a.m. on Monday, April 1st. Members of the Baton Rouge Police Department were observed at the scene, along with crime scene tape, shell casing, and crime scene markers. BRPD said they do not have any motive or suspect in connection with this shooting. So, as y'all see, the BOP shooting, it initially happened at 12:45. The shooting with Jonah B and Demetrius Grimm happened around 2 o'clock. This one happened around 3:45. So these incidents are occurring back to back to back, and they are happening to every camp, not just one specific side. Everybody getting it. From Boosie to YB's camp, to Fredo's camp, to the Bleeders, the Vultures with V in them. And speaking of the Vultures with V, he just came off of some great news with NBA Youngboy when they announced the fact that they are doing a feature together.
Oh, I think you know we get money, yeah, a lot of money, yeah. You know the boss of love, bread, you drop them gunny, yeah. Nigga, no street cred.
But I'm sure by now y'all already know how this goes. That good.
And that's the live I was talking about when I said that once them bodies started dropping, Youngboy went live with your boy from the Vulture. And you already know that's how Youngboy troll. You know what I'm saying? When the bid die, Youngboy go live and he turn up.
Moment of them locking in wasn't going to come without his fair share of criticism, as old boy Jermaine had this to say about their duo.
Don't see this nigga, boy, that pussy ass, that dick ride. We'll pick up the bitch ass nigga. Can't wait till you get out of the house, a real police ass nigga. Don't see this nigga, boy, that pussy ass, dick ride.
Then Jermaine said, niggas click up with God, I'ma smoke them with Satan. Yeah, he went too far with that one. I can't even lie. You know, it ain't that serious, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you on the cool. And 187 Derek decided to pop out for the 4K trays and say this in Old Boy Jermaine's comment section. Don't cry, you gonna get caught too. On the gas with that man. And this ain't the only situation that 187 Derek is tied into, because 187 Derek has also inserted himself into a situation that happened between NBA Lil Dump and P. Youngin. Now, I know y'all thinking, why would he be tied into that? Well, these latest comments that he put on Instagram after the passing of Jonah B, and of course, this is all alleged once again.
Now, before he go into this beef with P. Youngin and Lil Dump, now, P. Youngin, that's who I was talking about as NBA Youngboy artist. It started being friction between P. Youngin and NBA Youngboy when Youngboy started pushing the piece. P. Youngin felt like it been too much bloodshed to push the piece. So he started sending shots at Youngboy saying Youngboy soft. Now, when him and his homeboy was on live, his homeboy asked him, he said, they telling the police everything on the internet, facts. He say, now, when his homeboy asked him, man, he asked P. Youngin, you think Youngboy soft for real? He say, nah, you know what I'm saying? I was just tripping. But he know Youngboy ain't soft. It just, he feel like Youngboy is tripping to be talking about pushing peace. Like, and I must say, P. Youngin, he one of them young ones that's all the way out there. Youngboy say that he would pay P. Youngin to go to school because P. Youngin dropped out. He said he would pay P. Youngin to go to school and rap and don't gangbang. He said he would pay him. He'll give him $1 million. P. Youngin said, hell no. He said he a gangster. So just think about it. You know what I'm saying? We look at Youngboy as this person like, you know what I'm saying? But he tried to give P. Youngin $1 million to stay in school and just rap. P. Youngin from the trenches ain't got shit. He told him no. He a real and he a thug. He in the streets. He in the streets. So when P. Youngin was going at NBA Youngboy cut his ass loose. Then Youngboy started promoting Dump, which is this little Big Dump son. This Lil Dump. Youngboy started promoting Dump. So P. Youngin started sending shots at Dump. Even I did a video on this. He mentioned Big Dump, like dissed his Big Dump. So that automatic, when he dissed Big Dump, bitch, it's automatic. You on the other side, you a op now. So now Lil Dump is war between him and P. Youngin. And I'm pretty sure you know the NBA squad ain't too far behind on P. Youngin head. But I want to say this though. Lil Dump is like the nigga. Did y'all see when he did that little 20v1? He couldn't even stand up because he was so high on drugs. Like Lil Dump need to stay in Gravedigger Mountain with Youngboy because he would not survive if he was in Baton Rouge because he'd be too high. He was too high to stand up in a YouTube video. He went and did an interview on No Jumper and threw up everywhere because he was so high. When you high like how he be high, and you in the hood when there's war, you're gonna die because you're gonna get caught slipping. So if anybody that know Lil Dump see this video right here, tell Lil Dump this ain't no making fun of him or nothing. Cause I was gonna react to the nigga video when he was on that 20v1, but I decided I'm saying I ain't gonna even do it. Cause it's just sickening. It was sickening. The whole, and they even made him a meme. That bitch, the whole, he like this. Just rocking back and forth. Like he couldn't even stand up. He just rocking back and forth, trying to keep his balance. He's so high. Then you go do an interview with No Jumper and you just throw up all over them people's shit. Like the niggas that be on drugs, whether it's lean, weed, that be just zooted, them the ones that die ASAP because they not aware. Lil Dump, stay on Gravedigger Mountain with Youngboy. That's the only way you're gonna survive. He said they call that fighting demons. And that's what he said. When he threw up, he said, man, I'm fighting demons. He said he been through so much shit. But, and I understand, some of these boys done be done. I ain't saying he did. I'm just saying some of these boys done did so much in the streets. You know what I'm saying? be done killed people and etc. That shit fuck with you. That shit fuck with you. I know it do. You know how I know it do? Because I killed the raccoon and dreamed about that bitch for 2 weeks straight. My first body. Killed the raccoon. So I don't care what he talking about, give me the $1 million and I'm going to school being a broke gangster is crazy. Right. He should P Youngin, but you know, some of these kids is just fried, bro. If easy laugh. For real. I killed the look, my uncle had me kill the damn, was it a raccoon or a possum? It was a raccoon. He said, hit that bitch in the head. You got to hit in the head. The first shot I hit him in the back of the neck. I had to shoot him again. That bitch went making all them sounds and shit. I shot that bitch again. Bam, straight in the head. That bitch flipped on his back, went to shaking. I dreamed about that bitch 2-3 weeks, boy. You hear me? 2-3 weeks, boy. It felt like I killed a real person. 2-3 weeks. So imagine these boys killing real people. I know they stressing. But hey, I understand it. But just stay on Grave Digger Mountain. Say that motherfucker hungry. I'm telling you. That motherfucker hungry. All I can remember is how he was. That shit was crazy. So I understand what he's talking, you know what I'm saying? But just stay on Grave Digger Mountain. Because if you go back to Baton Rouge with all that high shit, you barely could walk and throwing up everywhere and you leaning all over and staggering there, they're going to knock your head off. See, that noise is crazy. For real. For real.
He's just trolling. It's all on wax. It's just trolling. That's it. I'm not saying he did anything at all. Don't get that twisted. But he decided to take to his Instagram and say this. It's a one-way ticket. Fuck COS. Everybody come around you, got a death date. And y'all ain't the ones in that car about nothing. Nigga touched my little brother and they felt that fire. Don't approach me. Then he goes on to show him and NBA Chopper Boy on live. As he said, my slime. Chopper Boy took a FaceTime photo. He on the gas, man, as y'all see. And in my personal opinion, and this alleged once again, I believe that man YB went ahead and gave that green light. He already said it way a while back. This is just officially him saying it's green lighted on everything that's hanging around with that COS movement. I'm just saying. And by green lighted, I don't mean kill anybody or step on anybody. I mean, they not fucking with them at all. That's what that means. Go ahead and troll them. Troll anything.
And I want to say this. P Youngin, when he went to dissing with Youngboy after he loved Youngboy, he put Youngboy's sister on his profile picture. He went to saying shit like he liked Youngboy's sister and all this shit. And the last person that spoke on Youngboy's sister was G Money. And G Money died a couple weeks after that song, speaking on Youngboy's sister. So P Youngin know what he was doing when he was trolling. Because they know that YB ain't playing about his sister. So, like he said, YB done been said, hey, it's a green light. Y'all see the green dots I got on the back screen? That's for them slime balls. I call it Youngboy slime ball. That's for that 4K trade. Like, he been put the green light on. Hey, not like your boy say, he ain't talking about killing. He just let it be known that P Young and them, it ain't nothing. Like, it ain't like this, like, hey, it ain't nothing.
Thing that happened to them. That's all 187 Derek is doing right here. It's just trolling. He's not stating that he had anything to do with the death of Jonah B. But I will say this, with him trolling Jonah B being BBGD's right-hand mans and Jonah B being his cousin, that kind of put BBGD in a sticky situation. You know what I'm saying? BBGD trying to step back and fall away from all of this, man. But to see your cousin being trolled online, I know they got to get to you and they got to put him in a real fucked up position.
Imagine your best friend trolling your cousin death. Imagine your best friend trolling your cousin death. And you done changed your life to God. That's why I say it. That's why you gotta salute that boy BBGD. Like, that boy he ain't break. Cause spiritual wise, they'll look at that. That was the devil testing him to see was he gonna go off path. But that boy that we can see online, that boy stayed the path, man. That boy went to preaching. But just imagine your best friend trolling your cousin death. That give me that King Von and Dirt. When King Von said, my homie think I killed his cousin, fuck mister. He was saying that Dirt think I killed his cousin, but fuck him. That gave me them kind of vibes.
Because both sides he got love for. Crazy, right? But that ain't it, though. A lot more people decided to troll. And of course, one of which that was major in that was that man, Youngboy Jermaine, as y'all have already seen.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that super chat or that cash out, man.
I put it on my mama, nigga. Next nigga show. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with us scared.
He said
fuck that nigga scared. My partner be scared. All I feel is nigga.
Then he shares a picture that says, "We shut shit down." That has Real Bleeder and that man Cold Bleeder in it. Then that man TMH 32 shots, he trolls as well, as he first trolls Big Toe by putting up a grave with a toe out and him laying on top of it. And then he goes on to say this.
Tell a nigga suck my big toe dick.
Then he carries on. I'm logging off for the day. Here y'all go. OMD. Hashtag stop the violence, bitch ass niggas, with the laughing emoji. Flip side under his pic said, pick 'em up. Hashtag free fat boy. BBG Rule says, ain't shit to talk about. Then he said, I think it's time to get back in that yoke. Got buku shit to talk about, with the demon emoji. Then he puts up the demon emojis and said, the city hot, with the fire emojis. Then TG Commons reacts and says, that type of shit, talking about everything that's going on. China Black hops on there on his Instagram and he says this: I saw so many people cry today. I saw so many people hollering. I'm just lost of words right now. The whole city crying right now. My feelings so hurt. What a holiday. Man, that man is wilding. But of course, there was another person who passed, and it was JJ.
Listen, man. Listen. It's been 30 minutes of death just from the weekend. Easter weekend. 30 minutes of death just from the weekend.
And of course, his people react by saying, I bet they say you took something with you. I love you, 5. Get your rest. I'm finna show them BXs with the broken heart. Y'all see just a bunch of reactions to his passing. Of course, he was a 4K trade member under the Sheep Foundation and whatnot. And that's a person that we didn't put into the actual clips because I didn't know if he was Jonathan Williams or if it was Jonah B. So I just wanted to wait until now to speak about him. So like I said, that's another one. But since I showed y'all the reaction to his passing, I'm gonna show y'all the reaction to the rest. These are Bop's reactions. Of course, Fredo Bang reacted. Y'all know that man Osama reacted. A lot more of his camp reacted to it. And y'all can just see him going across the screen as I'll just speak on it real briefly because these next two I done had conversations with. So, you know, it's a bit personal for me. You feel me? When it come to Bop, like I said, man, cool dude, man. We done had conversations, you know, one of them people that's straight to the point, ain't gonna keep it thorough. He gonna keep it about what it is. Whatever he trying to get across, he gonna get across. And I respect that about him. Man, I can't believe the man is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, It's just crazy how Bop is so beloved by everybody. And then, you know, you always got that one little small group of people who dislike you and want to take you out really for no reason, man. Just because, bro. Just because they know that.
And I ain't gonna lie, man. It's a lot of people that was killed from all over that was alleged killers or whatever the case may be. But besides the streets, them as a real person, they was cool ass people. You feel what I'm saying? They was cool ass people. I get that vibe from Vaughn that without like forget the street shit, just him as a person, he was a cool ass dude. He made sure his homies was good. He made sure everybody had a good time and having a good time. 051 Melly, I get that same. I haven't heard one person say nothing bad about 051 Melly as a person. Not talking about the street shit. As a person, you know what I'm saying? Duck the same way. G Money, you know what I'm saying? Like this guy here, Bob, like it's a lot of people that's real, genuine, good people. You know what I'm saying? But when you enter this street life and when you become involved in this violence, these good people turn evil because they not evil. They just have to do evil shit. And at one point, like I said, I see both sides of it. I see both sides of it because I done been in that situation. I done seen my homie get killed in front of me, execution style. I done seen over 6 people get killed, homies. And I'm nowhere near none of these guys when it comes to being like gangster, killing people, like all that shit. When you see somebody die that you call your homeboy, Carell said, I'm a good person. Like these people is traumatized. These kids is that's what they is. Kids and young adults. They is traumatized. When you see people die, you're not thinking about going to jail. You're not thinking about, oh, I don't. You thinking about you want to make somebody feel how you feel. And just think about it. These people done lost multiple people that's close to them. A lot of times they was there on the scene. These kids is traumatized, man. It's real. It's pain, and they want to fill that void by making the other side feel that same pain. And that's what it is. It's pain. When you get to the root of it, it's pain. Oh, he killed my homie. I gotta go kill one of his homies because I'm hurt. He got us crying. We gonna kill one of their homies. It's when it come down to the root of it, it's pain. And a lot of people is filled with pain. That's why so much killing.
Know that your passion is gonna hurt somebody and to make them feel like they got some stripes and a body under their belt. Crazy, right? Man, that don't make no sense, bro. Y'all gotta get y'all shit together, bro. This is ridiculous. Come on, Bior. Niggas gotta do better than this, man. Too many people, bro. Like, come on, bro. Then you got Jonah B. Of course, y'all know I done had conversations with Jonah B as well. You know what I'm saying? And Jonah B, another thorough one. Another one that ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. He gonna keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? About how you feel. You know, we done had disagreements. He done heard me say things on here that he didn't.
See what your boy just posted? He said he lost 5 people in 2 weeks. We need Jesus. Don't leave this world without your internal life insurance, the blood of Jesus. That's BBGD. Is that D? Yeah, that's BBGD. I knew that was D before I could see the name. D the only one in the BBG clique speaking about Jesus. He changed his life. He said he lost 5 people in 2 weeks. Anybody else that was in the streets that was active lost 5 people in 2 weeks is crashing out. Easy. That boy ain't talking about getting no revenge. He said he lost 5 people in 2 weeks. He said we need Jesus. Don't leave this world without your eternal life insurance, the blood of Jesus.
Didn't like and hit me up about it. And, you know, we chopped it up about it on the cool. Came to an understanding like men. Now, the first time, I ain't gonna lie, he came sideways. So I had to let him know, like, look, I ain't that type of dude. Yeah, I do this YouTube stuff. But one thing I'm not is a bitch. And once we came to that understanding, it was an understanding. And from then and there on, it was always a mutual respect between me and Jonah B. So it's one of those things, man, where it's like seeing this youngin' passed away when he had so much potential to be somebody. And I told y'all time and time again, Jonah B had talent, but his focus needed to be more on the music and not so much as on the street shit. You feel me? Because that street shit ain't gonna get you nowhere. But now he gone. And may he rest in peace. You feel me? And then you got the Bug. Now, when it comes to youngin' right there, man, I don't know much about him at all outside of the fact that he took a young legend, was accused of taking a young legend off this planet. And Cliff, I don't know much about him, but may he rest in peace as well. Then we go back to Fredo Bang. Now, Fredo Bang put out a very last message on this situation. As he says, I can't even lie, I'm hot on a whole nother level over what happened with Bob. Fredo hot, and this can't be good for what is to transpire going forward, allegedly. But of course, that man, YNCYBZ, he says, pray for my city, leave it in God's hands. And I agree with that man on this one. Fredo, leave it in God's hands. YB, and to everybody else, leave it in God's hands. Let go and let God. All y'all need to take some pointers from BBGD. Ain't nothing wrong with going to the Most High. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with turning the other cheek, focusing on your bread, trying to build up your community. Get it together, fellas. We ain't got much more time left. Use your time wisely. But like I told y'all in the beginning, I believe Baton Rouge is having 100 days, 100 nights right now. But only times 100. Man, it's ugly. And honestly, I don't see it getting any worse. But that last day was most definitely the bloodiest. Multiple deaths within a 24-hour span. Hours of each other, back to back. You hit, we hit. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Pray for the city of Baton Rouge. And all praise be to the Most High. Peace and blessings.
Hey, man. I can't lie, y'all. That shit, they're crazy. Like, that shit does crazy, bro.